Welcome to Balance Wellness and Fitness Center. We are back here in the cat cave. Mr. Marlin's off to my side. He's supervising as always. Mr. Mittens, I think he's sleeping on the bed. What I have for you today is a beginner-friendly, intermediate-based, slow flow workout. No knees, no hands. So for those of you who have sensitive wrists, it's hard to put pressure, doing downward facing dog or being in cat-cow or table position for a long time, this is the video for you. You'll need your mat or towel. Strap is always handy to have. We're going to do a handful of seated things. So if you need something underneath to help you keep a nice neutral spine, stop this, grab a seat cushion, grab your yoga blanket or a thicker towel to roll up underneath, and always have any props available that you find handy and that help you with comfort. If you're ready to begin, we're going to begin starting in our seat, getting the flesh from right underneath the sits bones, where you can sit up nice and tall. Feet are going to come out. Toes don't have to touch. Just let our hands rest on our shins. Take a breath here and just exhale your way on over to a very easy forward fold. Just start to breathe into our back, letting it open up. Feeling the ribs just expand with your inhale. Shoulder blades wrap around. Exhale. Gently letting the air out. Inhale, make it a little bit bigger. Exhale, drawing all the way up, involving those lower abdominals. Let's do several more like that. Nice big inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Another big breath. And we'll let that go. With this next exhale, draw all the way from the pelvic floor, all the way up when you let it go. Inhale in deeply, trying to find that empty space. Exhale. And again, just letting your back open up so you're breathing all the way to the pelvis and all the way out from the pelvis. 2 more breaths here. Another full round. Start to breathe here. Bring you back to normal breath. Normal amount of air you take in and the normal amount of the pacing. Still drawing the air from the pelvic floor now. With the next inhale, slowly stack your spine back up tall. Rolling the shoulders back. Give them several rolls here. And let's find our foot placement in case we lost it as we started, just letting our back open up and breathing. And now with an inhale, stack the spine and lift the chest up. Exhale. Find that pelvic floor gently peeling back. Inhale, lifting back up, stacking the spine like a little seated cat-cow. Exhale, peeling back. It's actually one of the many dolphins. Inhale up. Exhale back. With this float up, take the arms out up, reaching ahead. And back. Lifting up with that breath. Flowing back. We're going to add our hips to opening up here next. Knees stay looking up as we stack back up, let the arms lift. As you exhale, let the knees open up, rolling out to expose the soles. Inhale, float back up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale up again. Exhale down. 2 more here. And down. Drawing through those lower abs as you exhale down, somewhere to a half roll back, just finding the mobility, moving your lower spine. And we'll inhale up. Float up and turn. Gently rest over top of that right leg. Draw your belly towards it. Keep the kneecaps looking up. Keep your pelvis level. Don't let them start collapse to the left or coming in towards you. 2 big breaths here. Very gentle, very easy spinal twist. And then we'll restack the spine, coming up with an inhale. Turning to that left side, just going where your body will for right now. Keeping that left hip grounded, making sure both knees are looking up. Gentle, easy on the side body. Inhale our way back up. Good, let the breath settle here. We'll float our arms on, out, and up for our first Tadasana. Sitting here. Root through those hips, float those arms up. Inhale, reach up through the shoulders. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach and pull and reach. Gently pull. Float the arms in front of you. Reach forward, protract back. Reach forward, protract back. So we're squeezing through your back as if you're entering a row. Let's float them up again. Bring them towards each other. Maybe they'll touch. Take them away down to the ground. Inhale them back up. Feel the shoulder blades wrap around the ribs. Feel them float back down. One more time. And float down. And let's bring them up here. Clasp them if you can, making pointer fingers. Otherwise, just keep them to where they're touched. And this is where a block would be handy if they're really stiff, so you have something there. And lift up out of those left ribs and just lean to the right. Carefully come back up with an inhale and take this to the left side. Carefully come back up. Stay here for a moment. Gently draw the shoulder blades together and lift up out of the ribs. Look up towards the ceiling. Easy back bend. Keep the hips in place. Just a tiny little trace across the ceiling. And come back up. Let's start to lengthen our legs. Take the pressure off the hip flexors if you haven't. Take a breath here. Lift up out of those ribs. And here comes our next forward fold. Keep lifting up. Don't try to go deep yet unless you just have that gummy flexibility, but be mindful of your form as you're lifting up and coming forward so you're not collapsing into your vertebrae. Keep pressing the feet away. Warming up through the heels, warming up through your gastroc, and Achilles, and your hamstrings. Give yourself another breath here, and then lift yourself back up tall. Roll the shoulders. Let's fold the right leg in. It can come into your thigh. I almost called it your shin. It can come into your shin. Just try not to press hard on the lateral portion of the knee if that's where it comes to. Keeping both sits bones down. Let this knee stay where it needs to. If it automatically goes to the ground, great, but don't try to force it down there. We're going to lift up out of the ribs again and gently rotate our torso, bringing that navel towards that right knee. Keeping that left foot down and flex. Let's gently start to walk our upper body there, keeping that left hip down. Just see where you'll go for right now. We're just warming up things. Walk back up. Let's walk back down again, keeping those hips anchored. And walk back up. And one more time. Bring yourself back up. Lift up. Turn towards the left leg and start to walk out. Take a breath. Stack yourself back up. Another breath. Lifting up out, walking down. Take a breath. Restack yourself back up. And with this one, let's stay down for a couple breaths. Keeping the foot flexed, sending the energy through the heel. And spread your toes here. So warming up the fascia on the feet. One more breath here. Carefully restack. Straighten that right leg out. Pedal through your legs if you need to. Never shake your joints. Then find where this left leg will go, that you can stay even on those sits bones. It may be up further, it may be down, because as we're warming up, things are going to change from side to side. It's not always just familiarity as we're warming up. The warm-up does have its purpose, as you find. Lift up out of those ribs and turn towards that left kneecap, seeing where the navel will go. Don't force, don't lead with your head, lead with your ribs. With this next breath, And gently start to walk ourselves out towards the knee. And then walk back in. And walk yourself back out. And walk back in. And walk yourself back out. Let's hold for a couple breaths here. Letting that right hip stay down. Keeping the pelvis level. Gently opening up to that right side with our breath. Pushing through that right heel. And we'll carefully come back up. The inhale, we'll lift up through the spine. And exhale, start to walk towards the right knee. With those toes spread as you keep your flex. We walk back up. And we'll do that again. Walking out. And back up. And one more time. Let's walk on out. And hold here. Nice big breaths. Lifting up and out of the ribs as we're gently coming over. Give yourself another breath here. And then let's restack our spine with an inhale. Let's draw this leg forward again. Pedal through. Just gently moving. Flex the feet. Lift up. And cascade over to where maybe your fold will go now. Maybe it's the same as it was before. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more mobile, that you can lift up and come down a little bit further. Hold here for another breath. And then with your next inhale, restack your spine up. We're going to get ready to do a little bit of work on our backs. This is where your strap will be handy. Move your body very comfortably and very intelligently to lie on down on your back. Have your strap right off to your right side to begin. Find your neutral alignment once you're down with your knees bent. Feet are flat on the floor. Up, so down. Lift up your shoulders and slide them down your back. You can take your fingers and test to make sure they do fit underneath your lower back, but your wrist should never fit. Your head should be heavy, and your tailbone should be heavy. Give yourself another breath here, and then lengthen one leg at a time. Letting them become heavy, the toes are looking up. Seeing if you can keep that alignment and engage the pelvic floor now. We're going to lift up our right knee and bring it into tabletop. Use your hands if you need help, but keep that pelvic awareness and keep the muscle control. Use your hands to help give yourself a couple circles each way through your hip. You're drawing on that ceiling. All right. And now take the left hand, clear your ribs, and just gently bring it over, keeping that right shoulder down, not forcing, just letting it go. Let the weight of your thigh carry it on over. Maybe it goes to the ground, maybe not. But keep that left foot in place. Don't let it start to roll out the way. Again, remember we're still warming up. Now take that foot and push it long. Opposite way of your spine, sending energy through the heel. Having it work a little bit. Now fold it back in. Take a breath and push again through it. Fold it in. And take a breath and push through that heel. Gently fold it in. Take your hands, bring that hip back down. Hug that knee into your chest. 3 big deep circles through this hip so go 5 if you're feeling really tight. Make sure the hand is on the thigh versus on your shin. Coming deep into the chest. Keep that spinal awareness. Keep all that ab engagement and circle through the ankle 5 times each way. Once it's complete, slide that leg back down, let it go heavy, toes looking up. Find that pelvic awareness. One side is probably going to feel a little different from the other now. And we'll draw that left leg into tabletop and help it again, always if need be. Keep those abs in, that pelvic floor engaged. Let's get the circles over here. That's just resting on the back of the thigh, not the lateral portion of the knee. The same amount that you did, approximately the other way. About 5 each way. Good. Then we'll release with the left hand. Take the right hand on the outside of the knee and guide it over. Keep that left foot looking, right foot looking up. Don't let it start to fall to the right to open up. Keep that kneecap looking up. See where that left shoulder is at. Make sure it's there. Don't force with the right hand. Just let it, give it some guidance. It can take its weight to help with the gravitational pull, but you can also take it out to the side if it feels like it's too much. With the breath, push that heel out and away, straightening that leg. Fold back in. We're going to push out and fold in. Push out one more time for now. Gently let it fold in. Use both hands out. Bring that leg over. Use your abdominals. And now hug it in deeply. Hands are on the thigh versus the shin. Same amount of big circles the other side. Try to even out your body as much as you can. Go in both directions. And then we'll take this leg heavy for just a moment on the ground. Push it out. Feel both sides. See what feels looser and tighter. The sides feel a little bit more similar now after that initial stretch. Now is where we're going to grab the strap or towel or belt. We'll fold our knees in, being nice and gentle to our body. We'll start with our right foot, grabbing our strap, placing the ball of the foot right on that strap and pressing it to the sky. Give it a moment here, keeping the pelvis level, abs engaged, pelvic floor engaged. Just let it find its space. 2 more breaths here. Soften the arms. If you find you're tensing, bring those elbows to the ground. Your jaw should be soft. Your tongue should be soft. We'll fold this leg down and change with the other side, placing that foot in, pressing it up. Find that levelness of the pelvis, just letting it have the stretch. It's a very modified candlestick here. We will make our way up there, but taking our time, going nice and slow and getting nice and mobile through this with strength. Cross on up. One more breath here. Lower down with the breath, and let's slide both feet in the strap. If you release your abdominals, bring them back in. If you know you need to bring one foot up at a time, prepare and do so. If you're comfortable here, draw the knees into the chest. Start here. Lengthen through your tailbone. Keep that little bit of length. Hollow out your abs. Again, if you need to, press one leg at a time. If you're comfortable, go ahead and press both. But find your way here. And once you do, find as if you were standing on the ceiling. So your feet are about 1.5 to 2 fist distance apart. And they're flat. They're not rocking into the arches. Or you're not standing on the outsides of your feet. They're nice and level. You've got that strap firmly on the balls of the feet. Those abs are in and up, pelvic floor engaged. The back might be a little bit longer, but it's not touching, your lower back is not touching the ground. Now what I'd like you to do is pretend you've got a huge pencil between your feet. Draw the legs in towards you, just gently using the strap, and take them farther away. So you feel like you want to lift up and go into a pelvic tilt the opposite way to that rock, to that posterior rock that would arch your back. Draw it back in, just going to the feeling, but don't actually do it. Come this way until again you feel like you want to push your lower back down, but don't. You're just moving through the femur and take it back. So you're just moving your thigh bones. Rock it back this way, just through those thigh bones, and take it back. Find that neutral spot. Now I do want to go to the pelvis with a tilt. Gently draw the abs and ribs towards us. You can feel the difference. Release, going back to that neutral. Draw back in, back to the neutral. One more time. Check your feet to make sure they're not rocking. Back to the neutral. Reflex the feet if you lost it during that. Now go to the sacrum and find that heavy spot and push out. Hold that there. Keep those abs in. Slide the feet away a little bit. So if you're standing wide with your feet outside your shoulders, you were planting. Depending on the length of your strap, your arms may can come up, but keep them loose. Take them a little bit wider, so they're wider than your shoulders by at least 4 or 5 inches. Check your feet. Make sure they're still flat on the ceiling. Take them out as wide as you're comfortable or your strap allows. And now turn the toes in towards each other. Keep that flatness. Keep the abs happy. Keep your back happy. Turn them in. Slide them to right outside the shoulders and turn them in. Keep the flat feet. Don't lose your strap like I just did. Dry feet will do that. Turn them back neutral. Draw them shoulder width apart. Turn them in. Keep those flat feet going. Draw them back to where you would be standing, right about 1 fist to 2 fists apart. Turn them in, making sure they don't touch. Bring them back in. Fold through the knees. Let your back, everything relax. Reach up and hug your knees into your chest. Sit your strap down. Draw some big circles or rock side to side. While it's a lot of stretch, it is a lot of work. Go the opposite way. And then we'll lower one leg down at a time. We're going to do some windshield wipers, going nice and slow. Walk the feet so that outer edge of your foot is right at the edge of your mat. Nice neutral spine. We're moving those femurs again. We're not going to move our pelvis. So place your thumbs in the bottoms of your ribs and your fingertips on the top of your pelvis to help know that it's not lifting up, keeping it nice and level. Let your right leg fall to the right, the sole of the foot comes up. Let the left leg also fall in that hip socket. Your pelvis shouldn't move. Squeeze the glute to bring the left leg up and the right leg up. Left leg falls left, right leg falls left. Squeeze the glute to bring the right up and the left up. Right falls right, left falls right. Left comes up, right comes up. Left falls left, right falls left. Right comes up, left comes up. Now we'll make that bigger. We will let the pelvis move now. Let the right fall on over. Let the left come with it. Let that left hip come up just that little bit. Squeeze the glute to bring that up. Right comes up. Now left falls over. Right hip comes up. But your ribs stay down. Right comes up. Left comes up. One more each side. Right knee falls to the right. Left comes up. The hip comes up. Ribs are down. Pick up that left knee and the right knee. Left knee falls to the left, right knee follows, right hip comes up slightly, ribs are down. Come back up with the right, come back up with the left. Reach down, hug that right leg in for a moment, give yourself a couple circles. Lower it, find the left side, couple circles, lower it. Gently roll, find your way back up to a seated position comfortably. Sit nice and tall, pedal through your legs for a moment. Go and fold that right leg in. Maybe it goes a little bit closer to the thigh. Maybe it was all the way down your ankle. There's the mid-calf now. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to lift up with an inhale, turn towards that right knee, and gently start to walk yourself up. Maybe a little bit further than before. Maybe you could just keep the hip anchored better and your shoulders out of your ears so you can get a better stretch. Give yourself another breath here. Let it go. And inhale your way back up. Pause for a moment. Inhale your way and turn towards that left foot. And let's fold over it. Finding maybe similar things. Maybe you can keep a better anchor through your hips. Maybe you're getting a deeper fold. We're going to add to this, either using your strap in your hand, take your left hand, reach for the outside of your foot, and if you're using your strap, keep it in your left hand. We're going to take that right arm, lift up through the ribs, peek through, fall back down, lift up and peek through, fall down, lift up and peek through and stay there. Now lengthen through that arm that either has your foot or your strap. If somebody was pulling you away from that foot, start to push through that heel. Give yourself a nice side body stretch here. One more breath. Let it go. And inhale, rotate back down. Grab this with the right hand or use your foot, handed foot. Exhale, coming up to the left side. Rotate back down. Exhale up. Rotate down. Exhale up and stay. Lengthening on through in the reverse. We're going to drop that elbow down, releasing the foot of the hand as you come on up and over. Keeping that left hip anchored. One more breath here, and then let that breath go. With an inhale, rotate back down. Reaching for that foot in your fold one more time. Chest is nicely lifted, and inhale your way up. Give yourself a shoulder roll. Extend the legs out. Pedal through as we prepare to change sides. Bringing that left foot in first. Finding its new place. Getting flush from underneath it. The sits bones, foot is out, strap is there if you need it. We're going to start out by lifting up with our inhale and rotating to that left knee and gently folding on over. Just seeing what you find. Again, maybe just a better anchor. Maybe you're also able to walk out more. Just appreciating more movement and more flexibility. One more breath here. And let that breath go. With your next inhale, gently stack back up as we rotate, and we're going to fold over this right leg. And again, it can be right hand on the outside of the right foot. You can use your strap. Go with whatever's handy and comfortable for you. Since I used the strap before, I'm going to stay with it just to balance out my own body. I think you all can see my long arms can grab my foot with ease. Let's give ourselves another breath here. Just opening up, keeping that left hip down, allowing the sacrum to start to relax. And then we're going to float our left arm up. We're going to inhale, rotate up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate back down towards the ground. Inhale, back up. Exhale and lower. Inhale up and stay here. And now we're going to pretend someone's trying to pull us away from the leg. Gently straighten through that right arm. Keep peeking up, looking towards the sky, towards your bicep or your armpit, rotating those ribs on up. Giving yourself that little bit of traction and length. Go ahead, one more breath here. And let that breath go. We'll inhale, rotate back down, and we're going to change sides. Starting with our mobility first. Inhale, roll up and strength. Exhale, roll down, using some different muscles in a different way. We actually do these kind of motions on a regular basis. We just don't stop to think about them. We're going to stay up here. Good. Nice big breaths as we have this reverse motion. Give yourself another breath. And then we'll start to let that left elbow come down, finding its resting place on the ground, perhaps a block or a rolled up blanket. As we keep peeking up underneath this right arm. 2 more full breaths here, keeping that right hip down and keeping that foot looking at the sky. Nicely flex. Let the second breath go. Inhale, rotate back down, giving yourself some length here. Exhale as you gently release down. We'll extend that left leg long. Pedal through for a moment, pressing through the feet. And now another forward fold. Let's test to see where we got. Lift on up with your inhale. As you exhale, fold on over. Maybe you go a little bit further. Maybe not. Maybe it just feels better. You don't feel like you're straining or guarding. That's a winning situation there too. It's always fun if you can get a little further, but if things feel better, that is the ultimate goal. Give yourself another breath here. Let it go. And with your next inhale, restack your spine. We're going to find our way standing to do a little bit more work strengthening and stretching. However you need to come up safely, find your way to a standing position. Have your strap nearby. There is one point that you may want to use it. You may not. We have a little bit of shoulder work we're going to do. We're going to start with several squats just to get our upper body a little bit warmer. Upper body, you're going, what kind of squat are we doing? Get your lower body a little bit warmer. And we will make our way into a chair. Just doing things a little bit differently today. That's the fun with yoga, and particularly Iyengar yoga. You can explore through the movements a little bit more and keep your form good so you get a really nice benefit. There are other forms of yoga that do that as well, but that's my training. 2 fist distance to armpit distance apart for the feet. Toes are looking forward. Lift the shoulders up, cascade them down your back. Keep your chest open. Inhale as you sit back, float those arms out so you will be using your upper body, just not how I scared you. Exhale, press the ground the way tighten the belly as you come up. Inhale, float back. Exhale, press up. Inhale, sit back. Exhale up. Sit back again. Press the ground the way up. Now we're going to sit here, stay here in a really loose chair so the feet are not very close together. Start to draw the inner thighs together. If the knees want to collapse, don't let them. Keep them in their alignment, but find them to draw them in so they're doing their work. Lengthen your tailbone. Good. Keep the arms engaged so they are working. Knit right through those ribs. We're going to float them up into a baby back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades together to protect your neck. Holding here. Gaze is somewhere forward. Exhale your way back into that neutral spine and take your way to your first standing forward fold. Knees as soft as you need. Held here for a moment. You can place your hands behind your head to give yourself a little bit more traction. You can grab opposite elbows. Even out. And let's find our way to half lift. Lengthen through those legs, pull the belly button in as you draw the heart forward, shoulder blades slide down the wrists. Exhale back to fold, soften the knees. Roll it one vertebrae at a time, using those abdominals, floating the arms on up. Find your Tadasana here. Open the arms a little bit warmer. Maybe they come together. Maybe this is where you might need your strap or that block. If they don't come together or come together comfortably, because again, we don't want to force. Take another breath here. Exhale the hands down through heart center. Pressing the palms together, stretching through those wrists, really spreading the fingers here. Give yourself another breath. We'll release the hands. Exhale on up. Inhale, sit into your chair. Press your pelvis back. Lengthen through your tailbone. Knit those ribs. Make sure you can see your toes. So you shouldn't have your weight forward. Your weight should be back and centered. Thighs should be talking to you. Find those inner thighs. Let them collapse that tad bit, then pull them back in alignment. And make those inner thighs kick right on in. Take a breath here. Exhale your hands down your heart center and stay here into this seated prayer chair. We're going to take this into an easy twist. 2 more breaths here. With an inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, back center. Inhale, rotate. If you're returning the bottle cap on and off, and we're going to stay here. Very easy twist. We're not going to bend into it yet. Nice big breath here. And come back center. Now let's take it to the left side. Inhale, turn. Bring it back center. And if you're returning something on and off of the bottle, back center. And stay here. Find that length in your tailbone. Find the evenness in your hips. 1 more breath. Carefully come back center. Release your hands back to forward fold. Another breath in, stacking the spine over your head, and a breath out. Place your hands on your shins. Find your half lift. Tailbone goes out, chest comes up, belly button is in to protect your spine. Blades down long. Exhale back to your fold, press through your feet. Find your way back up, using those abdominals in your Tadasana. Breath here. Exhale down through heart center. Hands back at your sides and find your mountain pose. Use your thumbs to open up. Rooting down through. Tailbone is long. Legs are active. Feel those femurs rotate out. Knit your ribs. Lift your shoulders up and open up the chest even more. Your gaze can be forward or slightly down to lengthen the neck. Finding the power in this very still pose. One more breath. And let everything relax for a moment. And we draw our feet on in. Hopefully your hips go a little bit looser. If they don't, keep them there or find that in-between spot. Bringing the heels 1.5 to 1 inch apart. Toes are looking forward. We'll float our arms back up, collapse, connect them if you can, or use your block. And step back in camera view. Lost myself there. Make your pointer fingers and gently go to a fold to the right. Easy side bend. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you relax into it. With this next inhale, kick those hips to the left. Give yourself a nice stretch here. Take a breath. Bring yourself back up tall. And we'll take this to the left side. Staring in that plane of glass. As your hips aren't sticking out or your head. Melting into it with each exhale. Inhale as we add the power and lengthen. And now kick those hips to the right. Give yourself another breath here. Inhale your way back up. Now pretend you've got that little pencil between your fingers. I'm going to drop down on my knees. You stay tall, because you can't see what my hands are doing. I want you to be able to see my hands. Keep those active legs. Reach up. Again, you're standing. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift up out of those ribs. Take your gaze up. Trace your fingers on the ceiling behind you. Go as far as you're comfortable. Yes, your breathing is going to be constricted, so it is hard to talk here. Hold here for another breath. On an inhale. Bring that back upright. Release the shoulder blades. Draw the hands down through heart center. And find your mountain pose. Gaze is forward or slightly down. Inhale the arms back up. And we'll bring the hands down through heart center as we sit back into our chair. Lengthen the tailbone, knit the ribs, press into those hands. And with your next exhale, gently turn to the right. I'm going to stay here and explore this for a moment. Drop your shoulder blades, press down to your feet. Check your hips out. Make sure the right hip isn't jutting backwards and the left hip forward. Nudge them back in place. If you need to use that left hand, your hip crease, to nudge it back, do so, and then bring it back in. Take another breath here. Exhale your way back center. And inhale, turn to the left side. Once you're here, check everything out. Shoulder blades are down, neck is long. See what your hips are doing again, making sure they're even. One isn't forward and one back. If you have to take that right hand off to encourage that right hip, take that hand off and then find your position again. If you've got the muscular strength, just gently draw it in awareness. Give yourself another breath here. And let it go. With your next breath, rotate center. Exhale into your fold. Inhale the half lift. Exhale the fold. Inhale your way back up top through heart center. Staying here, finding the back edge of your mat. We're going to place our weight on our left foot. Gently bringing the right leg, bring it to a standing tabletop, and step on forward. We're going to find our warrior position here and start to open up our hips. We're going to start with warrior one, keeping the legs hip width apart. We still have our prayer position. Pick up the toes of the left foot and spin out ever so lightly. Yes, I'm off my yoga mat so I can stay in camera. You stay on your yoga mat. Bend that right knee over top, right over top of that ankle. Make sure the arches are lifted, but the rest of your foot is down. Now, take those left hips and turn them forward. If you need to take that right hand in that right hip crease to help nudge it back, do so. This is important to help for the alignment because your hips should be in that plane of glass. Now let them tip down. Good. Keep that back arch lifted. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Check out where that right knee is at. Check out to make sure that left leg is long. We're going to float our hands on the part and on up. We're going to go into a little bit of a heart opener here just to get a little bit more work. Keep our heart rates up. Bring the palms forward. Bring the elbows in towards your sides. Fan your fingers. Lift up out of those ribs. And pretend somebody's lifting those elbows up to the sky as your fingers dive behind you. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed to protect the neck. Don't dump into the ball of the left foot. Keep the weight even on that. Keep the inner thighs squeezed together. Good. One more breath here. As you exhale, let the elbows come down, fingertips back up. Inhale your spine back in alignment. Exhale the arms down, step forward to close your pose. Roll your shoulders. Paddle through your legs. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale down through heart center and go into a fold for a moment. Just a moment. Give yourself another pedal. 2 breaths here. Then inhale into halfway lift. Hips go back. Chest is lifted. Belly button is in. Exhale back into fold. Let's inhale up. Bring the hands up to Tadasana, the heart center, and prepare for the opposite side. Planting that right foot, toes are looking forward, pull up to the quad, tighten that glute, float your left leg up. Now step forward, just a small step, planting, knees over top the ankle. Good, straighten that back leg. Legs are in the same alignment as your hips. About armpit distance for most of us. Pick up your toes, spin out. Check, make sure you don't go past 45 degrees. Check out that alignment of knees and the hips. And now, encourage that right hip to come forward and that left hip to come back, whether you have to use your hand or the muscle awareness and strength is there. Check out the feet, make sure they haven't wiggled. And now squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Lengthen through that tailbone. Good. Knit those ribs. Let's float the hands apart and float them on up for a moment. We're going to do that heart opener again. Give yourself another breath here. Spin your palms forward. Bring the elbows into your sides. Lift up through the ribs. Good. Keep the tailbone in place. And now pretend somebody's lifting those elbows up, shoulder blades squeezed together as you're lifting your heart up to the sky. Left knee stays tracking over that left foot and making sure you're not dumping weight into that right ball foot. One more breath here. On your exhale, let the elbows drop back down, fingertips come back up. Then inhale, back in line with your spine. Exhale, arm down, step back to close your pose. Big shoulder roll here, float the arms on up. Exhale on over into your forward fold. Pedal through your legs 4 times, and then let's find our way to the halfway lift. Hands on the shins, tailbone is up, chest is lifted, belly button in, shoulder blades down. Exhale back to your fold. Let your knees be soft. You're going to hit warrior 2 before we make our way back down with a different transition. Inhale, pull yourself up top. Float those arms on up through heart, through Tadasana, then down through heart center. Find your mountain pose. Catch your breath. And if you need any props for Warrior Two, or if you need to go to the wall or something for balance, because it's a little bit longer leg length, go ahead now and make that adjustment of what you need. Otherwise, if you faced away from the back of your mat, turn towards the back of your mat. Yes, I'm going to do this little adjustment. Hardwood floors and dry feet don't work well together for a longer split stance. We're going to plant ourselves on that left foot as we did, working on our balance again. Draw the abdominals in, shoulder blades down. Just peel up that right foot, find the steadiness, lift it on up, take a big step forward. Keep the knee over top of the ankle. Press down through the ball of the foot, little toe ball down, and each side of your heel for steadiness. Start to plant that heel down if it came up with you in the back. Look back, pick up the toes, and turn them out. Again, no more than 45 degrees. Check out to where your heel alignment is with the front foot, with the back foot. It should be somewhere between the arch and the heel of that foot for safety for your alignment. Straighten that back leg, pressing it away. You feel this in your outer thighs. That's where it works. Tip your tailbone down, lengthen through your spine, and now start to open up looking towards the left for your torso and your hips. Encourage this right knee to stay looking with the right toes as the left side is looking off to the left here and not collapsing in the arch. Float the arms up, connect the thumbs, give yourself a little bit of length here, and then on your next exhale, rotate the palms so they look away from your head. Right comes with the right, left goes with the left leg, then turn your gaze to follow that right arm, which should be your front arm. Shoulder blades are down. Make sure you're not leaning. So you don't want to be this leaning, lunging warrior. Your torso is upright over top of your pelvis. This is a huge hip opener and side body opener. And as you may find as you're going along, you're able to walk yourself a little bit more forward. What you don't want to do is to go to angle or triangle with this and turn this leg out and going 45 and beyond that 45 degrees. It should not be at that angle. Just that little tip. Good. Give yourself another breath here. On that exhale, pick up those right toes, spin them in, just like we did earlier on ground with our strap. So it should be kind of familiar, opening up those hips. Another big breath here. With this next exhale, pick up your left toes, turn them out. We're going to find Warrior Two here. Ta-da! Check out the right toes to make sure that those little toes are not parallel with the back edge of the mat. They need to be turned and looking at you. Knees are expensive. Knee rehab is not fun. So you don't want that, so don't do that. Lift up those arches. Good. Hopefully the hips are just looser as we went along, so you might go, hey, I could do more here. Again, like we talked about in the beginning, sometimes it's familiarity, sometimes because you just keep getting warm. Now float those arms up, grab the opposite thumb this time as you turn your hips towards that right side, encouraging that left leg to stay to the left and that right leg to stay looking off at that angle. With your next exhale, spin the palms away as you release them, float them down, palms are looking to the ground, fingers spread. Take your gaze to go with that left arm now, your forward arm. Again, you don't want to be a lunging warrior. You want your torso stacked over top of your pelvis. Good. One more breath here. Let that breath go. We're going to float our arms up, bringing them down. Pick up those left toes. Gently spin them in. Good. We're going to bring our hands on our hips. Easy fold here. Hinging through. Giving yourself one more little stretch in those hips. Nice flat back. Think long through the head. Your hands can rest on your hips if that's more comfortable as well. Then soften the knees. Press the ground away. You can heel toe your way in. You can step forward to the top of the mat. Go with your degree of flexibility and comfort. but we will make our way to the back of the mat. With a forward fold, we will take ourselves down. And if there's a more comfortable way for you to take yourself down that way. Find those nice loose hips. Find your mountain pose. Bring the arms up to Tadasana. Exhale them on down. Gently going into that fold. Let gravity do its work here for a moment. Then soften your knees and make your way on down. We're going to find our way to our backs again. Swinging the legs around, take your time. Get your props. We have 2 spinal twists we're going to do to finish. Carefully finding your back again. Find the width in your shoulders. Find your neutral spine. Take the arms up overhead to start. And lengthen on back. I'm not in the same spot because I moved my mat. Reaching on back. Try to miss your props. Take the right heel long and push through. Reach right on back. If you want a little bit more traction, grab your yoga strap and pull it apart ever so slightly. If you're doing that, go ahead and release that pull of the strap. Draw the right foot in. Extend the left long. Push through that heel. Reach back through the arms again. If you're doing the strap, pull into it. Don't use a band. The band is not going to do the same thing. It's not going to engage the same muscles. You're going to be pulling on through part of your pecs and the minor and the teres where we're not meaning to. Let that foot relax. Let the arm relax. Draw the arms back in. 2 different actions will happen if you have a stretchy band. Try to do that. It's not the right action. Take the arms about 15 degrees away from your body. Take the legs wide. Your toes may be hanging off your mat. Let your knees fall gently to the right. Let the pelvis go ahead and come up on that left side. If it's available to you, pick up that right foot and put it on the knee. This is where you can put it on the block. And if that is not a comfortable thing for you, take the left foot and just start to walk it away. So it's inching its way off the mat or away. Don't let the knee go past the armpit and just let that knee fall to the ground. Picking up the foot's not available to you. Different ways to get the job done. Find what works. Then we'll take that left arm and gently reach back. The right arm, if it's available to you, but test out your back, see how it feels. Don't compromise something else just for the sake of taking the arms up. Let that whole left side body and hip open up. That's the goal. One more breath here. If the arms are up, gently bring one at a time down, holding through the elbows. If you walked your foot out, start to walk it back in. If you have your right foot on your left knee, carefully take it off and place it on the ground. Then inhale, bring those knees back up, hug them into the chest to balance out. Circle through your ankles for a moment. Move your knees. Just don't shake. And lower one leg down at a time, finding the outsides of your mat again with your feet. And we'll let them fall to the left, just feeling the differences. Give yourself a couple more breaths here before we go into action. So don't just, okay, I know what to do. Feel it out. Feel each side out. Maybe a little different. Now, we'll see if that's available to pick up that left foot and put on the right knee. If it is, do that. And if it's not, start to walk that right foot away. Just easily walking away. And again, not bringing that knee past your armpit. That's for safety of the knees. So you're not pulling the kneecap out of position. It's overstretching your MCL and your PCL. And you won't be able to get your psoas at all if you start to go way out the side from affecting your knees for many reasons. If it's available, take that left arm up. Remember, looking for the stretch here, not up here. If the left arm's available, go ahead and add it. But again, this is for the waist down, particularly the lower back and that hip. One more breath here. If the arms are up, with that next inhale, start to fold them in. And then if the left foot is on the right knee, gently slide it off. If you walk the foot out, gently start to walk it back in. We'll use an inhale to bring those knees back up and draw them back into the chest. Give yourself a couple big circles each direction on the ceiling. And lower one leg down at a time. Extend each leg out. Right foot to the right corner, left to the left corner. Take that right arm up to the right corner of your mat and your left to the left. Nice big breath here. And sigh it out. Take your time. If you'd like to lay into Tadasana, just let this continue on till it clicks along. If you're ready to come up, go to your better side. Be gentle to your body. And as always, thank you for joining me. Have an absolutely wonderful day and week.